But it's not just toxic air. Delhi is now also battling with toxic water, which has now caused a shortage. There is a spike in the ammonia content in Yamuna, which has led to this shortage across several parts of the national capital. Meanwhile, Delhi's battle against COVID-19 that continues and only further intensifies. We have gotten yet another record-breaking rise in the cases of the past 24 hours. Yesterday, there were 5,739 recorded in a single day, the highest ever. Positivity rate that has jumped from 6.97% to now 9.54%. There is politics that peaks over the Munger firing incident. The BJP MP Manoj Tiwari alleges a conspiracy now. LJP's Chirag Paswan blaming Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, calling him casteist, while Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut says if this was an opposition state, the BJP then would have called for president's rule. Tamil Nadu governor has given his assent to a bill reserving 7.5% seats in the state's medical colleges for government school students who have cleared NEET. The governor's nod comes a day after Tamil Nadu government passed an executive order which was to implement these provisions of the bill. France is on high security level at the level of emergency, and this after 3 people were killed in a terror attack yesterday. President Macron has deployed thousands of soldiers to protect places of worship and schools. The Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden alleges here that election rallies of Donald Trump are super spreader events. He's questioned the US president's efforts in addressing challenges that are posed by the pandemic. Jack Ma's Ant Group that is expected to raise a whopping $34 billion in the world's biggest IPO. The Chinese fintech giant there will be listed both on the Hong Kong as well as the Shanghai stock exchanges. Good evening. You are with the big story here. I'm Seher Zama, and we're making a start with yet another crisis that Delhi is facing. First, we were talking about air toxicity and then the COVID-19 jump in cases. But today, it's about toxic water, and one that has caused water shortage as well. So the water supply across various parts of Delhi that has been hit because of the high level of pollution in the Yamuna River, which is, as we know, the main source of water supply across the national capital. So what's happening here is that there are high levels of ammonia that have been detected in the river, because of which production of water in 2 of the main treatment plants, Sonia Vihar as well as Bhagirathi, have now been curtailed. This is also, of course, keeping in mind that toxic water doesn't enter people's homes, that all of that needs to be tested, the levels before it's passed through the pipeline here. But it has caused a shortage. The Delhi government had assured that tankers would be supplied across affected areas, but people have been facing a difficult time. Let's in fact try to get you some of those voices. Our correspondents have been speaking to affected residents here. We have Parbina as well as Alok getting us those details here. First to you, Parbina, on how this has come about. The allegation right now, as far as the Delhi government is concerned, is directly concerning Haryana, that Haryana has suddenly released very high levels of polluted water, which is why the supply had to be stopped immediately.
Well, yes, once again, we see that the complexity of neighboring states' activity resulting to the kind of result Delhi citizens face after pollution. This is once again the same situation, where Delhi Jal Board Vice Chairperson Raghav Chadha himself said this is because of the release of raw material, high pollutant in Yamuna, which has increased abnormal ammonia level in the water, resulting shortage of water in many areas of the national capital. And of course, the three top areas are in East Delhi, Northeast Delhi and South Delhi. But when we ask that what is the road map ahead for such a crisis, because if not corona and pollution was enough, this is the third thing that Delhi citizens and Delhiites have to suffer. They're saying that they are in constant touch with Haryana government, and in collaboration they will try that within 24 hours they are in a situation where they can offer solution to Delhiites. And also two water plants, which is Bhagrati and Sonia Vihar, which was closed yesterday, has been released now, and 50% is already released as stated by the Vice Chairperson himself. So we are hoping and expecting that in a day or so, Delhiites have to not face the least is water shortage at current scenario.
All right. Stay with us, Parveena. We're also going across to our correspondent Alok there, who's been speaking with residents as well. Alok, this was, of course, with the Delhi government informing residents yesterday that this is what to expect today, but they had also promised and assured water tankers would be sent, that this would just be a 24-hour problem. But once again, it's cyclic. These are issues that Delhi continues to face year after year.
Yes, Seher, and in fact, this is not the new problem. We have seen in the past and every year this similar problem occurring again, regular interval. In fact, in the month of February, the similar kind of problem had happened when the Haryana, in fact, the factories which are located in Haryana, they started emitting these kinds of effluents. In fact, right now, the similar kind of pattern is happening. And if you see the Yamuna, the condition of the Yamuna is very bad. It's completely dirty. And you can see the foam over on the surface of the Yamuna as well. And this is the reason that now the Delhi government is stating to the people that there will be the shortage of the water. In fact, I am being joined by some of the residents in South Delhi. This is Jangpura area, and in fact, they are complaining about the water for several times, and in fact, many times the problem, the water problem remain here. Sir, आप एक बात बताइए कि पानी की जो समस्या है वो कोई नई नहीं है, और इसके पहले भी हमने देखा है. अभी जो आज की जो दिक्कत थी वो कैसे आप लोगों ने इसको फुलफिल किया? कैसे पानी वानी आ पाया आप लोग के पास? कैसे इकट्ठा किया?
जी, सिचुएशन तो ऐसी है कि पानी तो कल शाम से नहीं आया है जी, कल रात से नहीं आया है. इनफैक्ट अभी तक हमारे पास जो न्यूज़ मिली है वो कह रहे हैं कि कल सुबह 5 बजे तक पानी आएगा. इन द मीन टाइम हम क्या करते हैं कि कभी कभी हम टैंकर बुला लेते हैं, टैंकर से बुला के हम लोग उस पानी को यूज़ करते हैं. और पीने के लिए तो पानी हमें परचेज़ ही करना पड़ता है बाहर मार्केट से जाके, बिस्लेरी की 20 लीटर वाली बॉटल लेके कम से कम पीने का पानी तो कम से कम बाहर से ले सके. और बाकी यूजेस के लिए हम लोग टैंकर को ऑर्डर करते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट से रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि
आज कुछ टैंकर वगैरह आया था?
अभी तक तो फिलहाल ऐसा कुछ हमें देखने को
आप लोगों ने रिस्टोर कर लिया था कल?
पानी टैंकर में जो टैंकियों में हमारी था उससे ही हमने यूज़ करा है आज के लिए. फिलहाल तो आज के लिए फिलहाल ऐसे ही यूज़ करा गया. बाकी देखते हैं कल तक क्या आएगा या नहीं आएगा, ये तो कल ही पता चलेगा. अभी तक तो कोई न्यूज़ नहीं है.
कोई न्यूज़ नहीं है सर. तो अभी क्या सिचुएशन ठीक है? अब थोड़ा बहुत हो रही है क्या? पानी वानी आने की उम्मीद है?
अभी तो शायद थोड़ा 5 बजे के बाद हो सकता है. पानी की उम्मीद है, मतलब
उम्मीद है. ठीक है. सो दिस इज व्हाट द सिचुएशन इज, दैट पीपल आर केप्ट वेटिंग फॉर द वाटर, फॉर द क्लीन वाटर, एज वन ऑफ द पर्सन इज टेलिंग अस that sometimes they call the water tanker as well. But if you see, Seher, this situation continues in various parts of the national capital. Definitely the government need to think about it. The Haryana government also, and also the Delhi government need to think so that there should be some permanent solution out of this, so that this kind of problem could not happen again and again. Back to you.
Yes, and we're getting in more voices here, Alok. We have Dr. Fayaz Khudsar, who's an environmentalist, and he's extensively researched on the issue of the Yamuna and the Yamuna water, which is provided across the capital here. Dr. Fayaz, in your view, this is yet again a very complicated structure that Delhi depends on as far as water supply here is concerned. There are no permanent solutions. This is something that is happening year after year, and yet again you have the Delhi government blaming another government for this problem.
Actually, you see, this is problem of river itself. Every year, you should see when you have less water, it happens. Ammonia goes up because from other state, lot of industrial effluent come into it, and ultimately it creates this problem every year, almost every year. So I don't know whom to blame because the system itself failed. River has its rejuvenating characteristic, which has already failed. So what we are looking for, it is not government alone, but we all need to work together so that this ecosystem needs to be restored, and we need to restore the functioning of river. And that is the only solution which I see. This year, in the first week of September, monsoon abruptly stopped, and therefore there is a scarcity of water, and that the moment water goes low, such things arises and many chemical parameters changes.
But Dr. Fayaz, then there is a fault in our conservation system here, because water supply just stops with immediate effect.
Yeah, I can understand. It's a very serious matter because largely people depend on this supply, and when you have no water, there is no life because water brings life. So it is a perennial problem every year in these months it happens, and therefore everybody needs to think that how to find out solution, and solution lies in Yamuna itself. Until unless Yamuna gets rejuvenated, it has enough water, this chemical parameters changes won't stop. So therefore, we need to focus on Yamuna itself.
Right.
For long-term solution. You were talking about long-term solution. Yamuna will give long-term solution.
Dr. Fayaz, we appreciate your point of view, of course, wanting to look away from the politics of this, and not wanting to either blame the Delhi government or the Haryana government or any other neighboring state here, but more importantly, looking at this as an environment issue per se. We also have Vikrant Tongar, environmentalist, with us over the phone line. Thank you for being with us, sir. Do you think Delhi's dependency, which is on a day-to-day basis so heavily on the water supply here coming in from the Yamuna and the treatment there, that in a single day, if polluted water is being released from the neighboring state, Delhi's water supply gets interrupted with immediate effect? So there is no bank that we are sitting on here. There is no water conservation to keep us afloat even for a few days till the ammonia issue is fixed.
एक्चुअली हम केवल हरियाणा को ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते हैं. अगर वहाँ अमोनिया का लेवल किसी पर्टिकुलर पीरियड में बढ़ रहा है, जो कि हर साल ऐसा हो रहा है, तो हम हरियाणा को ब्लेम करें यहाँ अमोनिया के लिए. लेकिन जो दिल्ली खुद जो पॉल्यूशन फैला रही है या अनट्रीटेड इफ्लुएंट डाला जा रहा है, उसके लिए कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है? तो दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट सबसे पहले दिल्ली से निकलने वाले अनट्रीटेड इफ्लुएंट की बात करे. मैली से निर्मल यमुना करने का जो एनजीटी का ऑर्डर है, जो डायरेक्शन है, उन पर कितना काम हुआ उसकी बात करें. उसके बाद हम हरियाणा को ब्लेम कर सकते हैं. जहां तक हरियाणा की बात है, हरियाणा के बारे में ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे डायरेक्शंस जा चुके हैं, लेकिन वहां फिर भी इस तरह के इंडस्ट्रीज जो है अनरेगुलेटेड तरीके से अनट्रीटेड इफ्लुएंट यमुना नदी में डाल रहे हैं, जिससे दिल्ली को प्रॉब्लम हो रही है. और शहर हमें दिल्ली में वाटर सप्लाई इंटरप्ट होने की ही चिंता नहीं करनी चाहिए. नदी मर रही है, साल भर उसमें पॉल्यूशन डाला जा रहा है, उसकी भी हमें चिंता करनी चाहिए. और लास्ट पॉइंट मैं ऐड करना चाहूंगा, जब दिल्ली में
नहीं, तो विक्रांत जी जो आप कह रहे हैं कि किसी और को ब्लेम करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट दिस इज अनफॉर्चुनेटली द पैटर्न दैट वी सी विद द दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट. अगर हवा खराब है तो किसी और सरकार को ब्लेम करें, पानी खराब है आज हरियाणा सरकार को ब्लेम करें. आपके लिहाज से दिल्ली में सोल्यूशन कहाँ है? व्हाट इज देयर विद इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट टू नॉट मेक दिस अ साइक्लिक इशू?
जी,
Please go ahead, Vikrant ji.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
हाँ, तो मैं बोल रहा था कि दिल्ली में जब अमोनिया का लेवल यमुना के अंदर बढ़ रहा है, तो वाटर सप्लाई इंटरप्ट हो रही है. उसकी वजह से केवल लोगों को असुविधा नहीं हो रही, इसके वजह से अंडरग्राउंड वाटर ज्यादा एक्सट्रैक्शन करना होता है, क्योंकि डिपेंडेंसी अंडरग्राउंड वाटर के ऊपर बढ़ जाती है. ऐसे में अंडरग्राउंड वाटर तेजी से डिप्लीट हो रहा है, ऑलरेडी दिल्ली डार्क जोन में है। तो दिल्ली को काम करना होगा कि दिल्ली में जो पॉल्यूशन सोर्सेज हैं उनको बंद करें। जब हम दूसरों की बात करें, पहले खुद उस पर नियंत्रण करें। जब यमुना इतनी पॉल्यूटेड ऑलरेडी है तो हरियाणा को भी मौका मिलेगा उसमें इजीली पॉल्यूशन डालने का। और रही बात हरियाणा की, तो हरियाणा को भी स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन लेना चाहिए। केवल दिल्ली ही इसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है जो यमुना में पुअर कंडीशन है।
Absolutely. To hold the Haryana government accountable as well, to not be releasing these level of pollutants into the Yamuna. Many thanks for speaking with us. Other experts who've been with us here on this as well. Our correspondents Alok and Parveena. Many thanks for getting us those updates. On that note, we're slipping into a very tiny breather here on the big story, but stay with us. We're back in just a bit, and we're also going to be getting you updates here on the Munger firing incident. Unfortunate in nature, but now we're looking at a political blame game here on this. Thanks for staying on. Let's now get you an update here of a follow-up to the Munger firing incident. While investigations on that are still on, what has now broken out is an ugly political war here on this. Remember, this was in the firing incident at a time when idol immersion was going on and puja was being done, and one youngster was shot dead as well. But the opposition here has now yet again attacked scathingly on the Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and his government here, while the LJP chief Chirag Paswan calling the Chief Minister casteist. Now, interestingly, the Shiv Sena has jumped in on this as well. Sanjay Raut asking why the BJP is not raising questions on this incident, and had it been a non-BJP state, they would have then demanded president's rule, citing lawlessness. Congress delegation has also met with the Bihar governor here for a detailed inquiry demanding the resignation of the Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister of the state. It's important to note Bihar currently is undergoing elections of the state assembly. Meanwhile, jumping into the fray, the BJP leader Manoj Tiwari has gone a step ahead here and called this a conspiracy.
जिम्मेदारी पूरी तरीके से मुख्यमंत्री की बनती है। भाई पता करें ना कि किसके निर्देश पर गोलियां चली हैं। किसी ने तो आदेश दिए होंगे, किसी की तरफ तो बिना आदेश के, बिना निर्देशों के गोली तो नहीं चलेगी। तो किसने ये आदेश दिए गोली चलाने के? वहाँ पे डीएम साहिबा को किसने ये जानकारी दी? किसने कहा कि भाई आप दुर्गा भक्तों के ऊपर आप गोली चला दीजिए? तो किसी की तरफ से तो क्या ही होगा ना। मुख्यमंत्री की खुद की सोच इतनी जातिवादी हो तो उससे आप और क्या उम्मीद कर सकते हैं?
ये मानता हूँ कि हिंदुत्व के ऊपर हमला है। इस प्रकार से अगर दुर्गा माता के जुलूस पर हमला महाराष्ट्र में या पश्चिम बंगाल में होता तो मुझे पूरा विश्वास है वहाँ के राज्यपाल और वहाँ के सभी बीजेपी के हमारे जो पॉलिटिकल जो नेता है, राजकीय नेता है, वो सभी ने सबसे पहले वो मांग करते थे कि वहाँ राष्ट्रपति शासन लगाओ, सरकार को बर्खास्त करो, और ये सरकार हिंदुत्व विरोधी है। तो अगर मुंगेर में इस प्रकार से हमला होता है जहाँ बीजेपी की भी सरकार है, तो क्या हिंदुत्व का विरोध नहीं है? ये हिंदुत्व के ऊपर हमला है।
हमने महामहिम राज्यपाल जी को कहा कि नीतीश कुमार और सुशील मोदी को मुख्यमंत्री और उप मुख्यमंत्री पद पर बने रहने का अधिकार नहीं, उन्हें फौरन बर्खास्त किया जाए। दूसरा, अनुराग कुमार के परिवार को 50 लाख रुपए का मुआवजा दिया जाए। तीसरा, जो अधिकारी हैं, पुलिस के अधिकारी हैं, प्रशासन के अधिकारी हैं, उनको सस्पेंड कर उनके खिलाफ एफआईआर दर्ज की जाए और एक निष्पक्ष इंक्वायरी की जाए।
देखो, सजा भी हुई है अधिकारियों को और आगे इसकी जांच करा करके मुंगेर की घटना में जो भी दोषी होंगे, हमें कई बार इसमें साजिश की भी बू आ रही है, तो सभी जांच करके निष्पक्ष और जो दोषी होगा उसको बड़ी कड़ी सजा मिलेगी।
But there are contradictory versions here as to who fired the shot, because of which the youngster succumbed and lost his life. While protesters, including an eyewitness that has already spoken to the Times Network here, claim that the youth died because of police firing, by police firing, the police say he was actually hit by a bullet which was fired by the protesting crowd. But here's what's on record. There's a CISF report which says that the local police fired in the air first, which was to control the crowd of devotees who were pelting stones at the police.
दुर्गा पूजा विसर्जन के टाइम पे एक अप्रिय घटना हुई। कुछ असामाजिक तत्वों की तरफ से रोड़ेबाजी की गई। रोड़ेबाजी में करीब 20 जवान घायल हुए हैं और एक थाना प्रभारी का पूरा सर फटा हुआ है। उसके बाद कुछ भीड़ की तरफ से कुछ फायरिंग हुई, जिसमें दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण वश एक व्यक्ति की मृत्यु हो गई है तथा 6 लोग अभी घायल हैं। पूरे शहर में हम लोगों के द्वारा फ्लैग मार्च किया जा रहा है। स्थिति नियंत्रण में है।
Well, absolutely. You know, there's contrasting statements coming to fore now. First and foremost, we heard from the Bihar police, and it was very clear from their side that they did not fire at all. They said that it was the protesters who had fired, and it is highly possible that it was one of their bullets that hit the victim, Anurag Podar. Now, on the other hand, you have the paramilitaries also now issuing this statement, and that is something that really has opened a Pandora's box. Really, the family has been also maintaining that it was the police which fired, and now the paramilitary also coming out and very clearly stating that it was in fact the Bihar police which had opened fire. They say that, you know, it was really firing in the air to contain the violence, to contain the protesters, but clearly once they fired in the air, it was no stopping the protesters. The entire protest, which was earlier a religious procession, turned even further more violent, and what resulted was in many injured and at least one dead. Now the family has been saying this all along. They're saying that it was in fact the Bihar police which fired shots. They said that, you know, in higher dozens is something that the firing took place, and these were innocent protesters, and some of these were worshippers who were trying to contain the protesters as well, who got mixed up in between the police as well as the protesters, and in between the stone pelting and the firing. As a result, we have one dead. On the other hand, you know, the family is now seeking a CBI inquiry in it, because they say that since the administration, since it would be the local police officers carrying the investigation into this entire episode, it is highly unlikely that it would be an independent one and their son would ever get justice.
Well, on that note, we're slipping into a breather here on The Big Story, but stay on with us. We're back in just a bit with more top stories. There's a lot more on our website as well, mirrornownews.com, apart from all social media handles.